head towards, of course, the very final goodbye of our late monarch, the wonderful Queen Elizabeth II, it appears that the two major channels over here in the United Kingdom have set something of a battleground up. I know, can you believe it? But the bigger story is really why one particular channel has decided to let this particular person front its coverage. And there's more to it than meets the eye. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. Thank you for joining me today. Lovely to have your company. By the way, thank you also for your kind comments about the charity and the supermarket. Yes, I just wanted to highlight that to you because it was interesting to know. That's what I love about this community, our friendship group here, is the fact that we know, what's going on around the world. I didn't realise that this was simply already going on in other areas. This is new here to England, but I think they tried this a little bit with the Ukraine war at the start of that. But I've not seen it since. But it's seemingly now, you're donating wherever you go. Never the big bucks, is it? Never the people running the organisations. Always you. Yes. Thank you for alerting to me that. I really, really am appreciative. That's what I love about sharing the stories. We find out so much about each other's worlds, don't we? Back as ever, though, to your breaking royal story of the day. Now, as we know, sadly, it is coming up to the funeral of our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II. And obviously, a lot of the channels around the world, some of which I'm working for, are going to be spending megabucks to make sure that they get the best seat in the house, of course, to give a rather fitting tribute and send-off to a rather wonderful lady. But more importantly, of course, it's not really just about that. With a lot of channels, particularly commercial channels, it's all about trying to get eyeballs to screen. They have to have advertising, they have to make sure that people will watch their channel. And it's a chance, of course, for them to debut what they consider to be their talent, the ones that they pay the most money to. Now, this particular individual, Tom Bradbury, has basically been a royal correspondent for a long time and has known, of course, both William and Harry incredibly well. The trouble is that with Mr. Bradbury is this, that basically he fell out with Prince William over that Africa documentary in which he made with Meghan and Harry. The one where she complained about nobody asking her if she was okay and it wasn't enough just to survive, you needed to thrive, the claptrap. Well, it turned out, didn't it, that basically that had all been rehearsed. She knew the questions in advance, and more importantly, William felt that this was rather unkind, to say the least. After all, he'd known him first. Harry's friendship was second. Now, moving forward, what's interesting here is that, people are saying, well, why have they chosen him to front the ITV coverage? Over on the BBC, it's fronted by the very respected broadcaster, Hugh Edwards. There's a big reason why ITV have done this. As we know, they're very supportive of Harry and Meghan, and in fact, they let one of their star presenters go after he disagreed with the narrative of Meghan Markle's story on Oprah Winfrey. Now, what ITV are hoping is that Tom will have the clout when Prince Harry finally releases his memoir to bring the memoir to ITV for an exclusive interview. And as ever, we have to say allegedly, but truly, it's nothing more, it's nothing less. In the world of commercial television, it's all about ratings and making sure that you get somebody at least on side to try and bring in the big bucks. Let's not forget the Oprah Winfrey Harry Meghan interview made a lot of money for ITV. They were selling incredible amounts of ad space during that hour and a half on screen. So, of course, moving forward, if Prince William doesn't really want to reconnect with Mr. Bradbury of course, ITV News, then it makes perfect sense for them, paying as much money as they do to him, to make sure they get something for their bucks. And what they're hoping for is, of course, that exclusive sit-down finally when Harry releases his memoir from Penguin Random House next year. Remember, you heard it here first. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.